Hey, it's Ryan with QLZ. 2025. It's been a little slow getting interviews going back-to-back days. Talked with Alan from the Dark yesterday. Today is Dillon for another band we've got currently on new on Q, the frontman of Nerv. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, dude. I'm stoked to be here.
And it's good to have you on. Thank you for letting us play your new track, "A Loss," before it's even out anywhere else. I know we're one of the few stations across the country that's been able to do it. So I'll when we kind of talk about the song, I'll let you kind of tease what you want about it since it's not here
Right,
for
right.
everybody yet. But you just moved, and you and I talked about moving a little bit
Yeah,
before we
yeah,
got going. I told you I moved like 2 minutes down the road. That was enough for me. You're
yeah.
like, I moved like 30 minutes away and it was a pain. So how is it settling in so far into the new days?
Uh, it's good. I'm closer to the city, so I parked like my motorcycle and my race car at my friend's house. So because there's like one spot at this apartment complex, so I let my wife park there. She got a nice new car.
There you go.
So I have like my bike and my one wheel and like all these little random modes of transportation, but I'm real close to everything. So I'm stoked for that. I don't have to, slog in a car to go get food or whatever. So that's pretty sick.
Yep.
Having our own spot, this is like a good space with our animals and whatnot. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, no, I had told you we talked about Alan a little bit yesterday from the Dark, and you guys have kind of like connected a little bit on social media. Talked to him about his dogs yesterday. How many animals you got there? And you guys
I
bring
have,
up dogs. My
I have,
dog's behind me, so I got to bring it up.
yeah, mine's right here. I have three. We rescued a dog recently. He's a German Shepherd Chihuahua cattle dog mix. So he's like this little ball of fury. We call him like our everyday
Okay.
carry police dog. Um,
He chilling? Oh
Oh,
yeah, let's bring it. There we go.
he's a unique
Look at
little
him.
guy. We
Oh my
thought he was a
gosh.
Malinois at first, but he ended up being. We got him DNA tested, so he ended up being mostly German Shepherd, but then he's little. He's got a bunch of working dogs in him, but he's got the same size teeth as a full-grown German Shepherd, which is really funny. But he's little.
Okay.
He's my little everyday carry. I love him to death. But yeah, we have two cats as well, and they're all best friends. It's pretty fun.
That might be the biggest ears I've ever seen on a small dog
Oh yeah, no, his
ever.
proportions are all
Like,
wrong. He's like this
yeah,
tall, but it's weird. But he'll try. I tell you what, he tries to fight me. He's a chaotic little guy. He's 7 months old right now, so
okay, all right. Full grown yet, or no? Or is he still
I don't
growing?
think so. I think he's gonna grow a little bit more, but probably just wait.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, he likes to chew. He likes to bite my hand. He's a crazy guy. He's
Everything.
still doing.
There you go. All right. So if you're shouting at all in this interview, it's probably because he's come up and he's bit you.
Yeah, he just has it in his mouth. He's a German Shepherd,
Yeah.
that mouthiness, but he's just a mini one.
There you go. No, that's awesome, man. Like we talked before. Like you guys have a lot of upcoming tours coming up here that I know you're excited about. I see who you guys are playing with, which is super sweet. And the new track, first called "Lost." It's one that we've had you guys in the spotlight previously. We've had you on New on Q previously. "Lost," the new track. It's out the 31st. So by the time this interview's up, it'll be like less than 48 hours till the song's out. What is something that you want our listeners or maybe your fans to know about this track, kind of overall, with even though it's not here yet?
This song was I lost my mom not that long ago, like a couple years. Like I think it's coming up on 3. It was sudden, and she just had something inside of her and got a blood infection, and then was just like heart problem, this that all at once, and she was young.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote this chorus like going back and forth, like visiting her, like while I'm shifting gears in the race car, as I say. And I have like voice memos on my phone of just loud noises and me singing this like damn near ready to cry. And then we adapted that to like once I heard some instrumentals and stuff that the boys had written, I was like, ooh, I think, this will vibe really well with it. We have a cool method where, they'll write a bunch of stuff and send it to me. And then I'm able to get some inspiration from what they've written, and then like life happens and you take it by the horns, and that's like what Nerv is all about. We like everything's emotional, everything's got a lot of feeling behind it. But yeah, this song is about loss. Like, I lost my mom, but it can be, the music video takes it in a direction about maybe something else. But yeah, I just take it as an emotional roller coaster, as like everything else Nerv is really.
Yeah. And that's what I like about you guys. It's always hard hitting stuff, but it always feels like there's a lot of feeling behind it. Do you anticipate, obviously, there's only so many people who have heard the song at this point. I'm not sure if people have reached out to you yet. Obviously it comes from a really personal place for you, but have people already reached out to you and been like, I lost so-and-so, the song is maybe helping me? Because I feel like a lot of times when bands write songs like this, and it's, it comes from really, hurtful, negative kind of space.
Yeah.
People have been able to connect to it, and it kind of maybe turns into something a little bit more positive, if that's the right word for it or not. Has that kind of happened to you guys so far yet with this track, or no?
That's happened with other songs, because I've written songs about, like the fear of losing parents, the fear of losing loved ones. We have a song called Hopeless, and a lot of people have related with that and sent me personal messages. And music heals, man. Like, it really does. Like, getting it out allows you to, get through those stages of grief or anything really, really, really fast. And in a healthy manner, I feel like, versus, drinking your sorrows away or any of those stuff. I've tried all of it. It doesn't help. Music helps, though.
Music.
Yeah.
And music video on Friday too, or no?
Yes, music video. I believe. I don't know the time of all this stuff, because sometimes things, like, I'm pretty sure the song will come out at like midnight the night before, like Eastern time or European time, and then the music video will come out during like normal hours for America. Like, as far as I think there might be like a landing page for it, like on our YouTube. I can check really quick, but like where you can go. There's it comes out the 30th on here. It says 1:30 at I don't know where the heck it just said it. There's a time, but you can go there and you can click on it, and it has the lyrics and the bio already. There's somebody already sweet that commented it on it. But yeah, you can go there, and then when it premieres, all of us in the band will be in the chat, like chilling. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Very cool. So it's not, nobody's gonna have a long wait for it. Like, the songs here, music video, everything is going to be here. Bam, all at once for everybody.
We try our best to do all of our like vision for the song all at once. There'll be sometimes, I think we might have one song on this EP that we might do a music video for in the future, but it'll pay off. So it'll be super cool.
Awesome. Is that something you guys want to do? Maybe more music videos? Is this a lyric video for this track?
No, this is a music video. This is
okay.
This will be a full blown music video. Yeah, we do our best to try to do music videos for like most everything, but they're expensive. We have SPG to help us now, but we haven't always had them back. So we're particular about our stuff. We never want to step backwards. So when we go to record with somebody, they got to be able to match or outdo the last person. And same with visuals, pictures, photos, editing, all of our logos, all that stuff. We try to always do something bigger, better, more badass.
Love it. So what do you want? What can you share about the music video? Obviously, I don't want you to spoil it for anybody, but anything like particular for the music video you're excited for people to see, or kind of just, maybe something you hope people get from the video?
I don't know. I think it's a super cool video. Our director, Andy Chen, he always comes up with really cool ideas. We kind of don't give him any direction at the gate. We send him the song, we send him the lyrics, and see what he interprets. And sometimes that's really, really funny off, or we're like, okay, we can't do that. But then sometimes he'll hit it in a way that we think's incredible. And like, this is one of those ones where he hit it, and I think it's really cool. The music video portrays a friendship or a couple. I don't know, however you want to take it. And it's super, super, super sweet. I think leaving it for interpretation is really cool. I think if there's questions later, like after it's out, like if we talk next time when we release the next song, I'm just kidding, but we could, we can talk about it then. But I think open for interpretation. I think it's really cool. I think it's an artsy video. I think it's awesome. Shot really well. We had fun doing it. Can't beat it.
It's always interesting, because usually it's kind of why it's fun as well for, like, on my end, to be like, hey, I haven't seen this music video yet. I've only, I've heard the song, and it's
right.
You don't want to spoil too much, or you're gonna get people excited for it. But I love asking it, though, because then I try to get a picture in my head of kind of what to expect, and there's some teasers out there for this music video or not. But I love just kind of putting in my own head, kind of like where they going with on this as well.
Yeah. There's a trailer and everything. If you go onto the YouTube, kind of, there's the vibes are there. You kind of get what's starting, but it's there. It's cool. I'm excited for it. I think this is one of our favorite songs we've done as a band. We were stoked. We played it on the Polaris tour, our last tour we went on. We played it at Aftershock and Louder Than Life. So it's fun. It's a fun one to sing. It's very emotional, very, very big. It's one of our biggest like rock songs I think we've done. So I'm excited for it.
And that's what I really, really like about it. So it's like I told you guys, I feel like a lot of what you put out a lot of stuff though, we've played here on QLZ, it's got a lot of emotion to it. It's hard hitting. You mentioned Aftershock, you mentioned Louder Than Life as well. Do you just like playing those festivals? Like, cause I mean, a lot of us all been to festivals. I've been to Rock Fest up in Wisconsin. Just like, dude, playing those big festival shows, what's it like for you guys?
Dude, those are just unreal. Like the Louder Than Life, as we mentioned, Red played after us that day.
Oh, nice.
And so we see that was the first time, I've seen Red. I know Scott and our guitarist that he does screams and vocals and stuff in our band as well. He was a big fan of Red. So it was super cool. We're sharing a stage with them, backstage. They're back there. And like after we played, the singer came up and he's like, "You guys are awesome. I'd love to tour with you guys." It's just, it was real cool. Like those experiences at those festivals are like, surreal. I get to hang out with like, the guitarist from Breaking Benjamin, like Jason and Keith, like freaking unreal, at that point. Mm-hmm. So just, there's nothing like those festivals because of the people that you meet and the company that you're in. You could be talking to the owner of the biggest record label in the world and you don't even realize that you're just sharing a bar space with the guy. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely super cool. They're my favorite times. And then like on top of that, the fans that go to those festivals that choose to take the time out of the day to come to watch your set, because sometimes the stages are dang near a mile apart. Yeah. And they choose to come to watch you during your 30 minutes while there's some gigantic mega band over there. Like I think Spirit Box was playing at the same time as us, and I could see them. Oh no, it was Poppy. Sorry, just as crazy. I could see her and her band rocking over there, and I was like, "That's so sick!" Like, and then we still had a massive, wonderful crowd singing, and I'm just like, just super honored to have that, because they didn't have to stay; they could have watched the crazy overproduction instead of just watching us, with our instruments and rocking around. Yeah, so I love festivals for that, like the fans and the people.
Yeah, so you're rocking on stage and you're watching Poppy at the same time. So you're doing a little bit.
Every time, like, yeah, like while we were setting up, I could see them playing. So I was like, you can hear it. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. You mentioned Red as well, and obviously you got to bring up, I know you guys have more new music coming up here in 2025, which I'll let you tell me whatever you can about that. But dude, you guys have some pretty awesome tours coming up here in the spring. Pretty much all of your April, all of your May. You guys are out with 10 Years, Red, Citizen Soldier, Kingdom Collapse, Adelaide This Way, dude. Like you guys are hitting it hard in the spring. So dude, just the excitement of these shows and kind of what you're looking forward to the most.
I'm stoked. This is a different crowd. we've done we did tour with an Asking Alexandria. We did tours with Polaris, like I said. And those are screaming heavy rock acts that I feel like we still fit in with. But then now we're going to a different space as far as like I'm concerned, more of the active rock or just traditional rock and roll. And it's super cool. I'm excited that we're able to finally like do both. Kind of like we knew that we could play with those bands, but would those bands want to take us on tour? Like, are we too alternative for them, or post-hardcore? I don't know the genres as well, but we're just stoked. Like the fact that like the guys in Red liked us when we played, because you never expect that those like Breathe Into Me song. I heard that when I was real young. I love that. It's a jam. As well as the Citizen Soldiers guys. We haven't talked to them yet, but I have a good feeling we're gonna have a good time on that tour. I've heard nothing but good things about them and their fans and everything, so I'm stoked.
You mentioned a few times on here, I think you like to be challenged, and I want to get your feeling on that as well, because you said, every time we go in, we work with somebody else's producer, we want to stay, bam, this is what we're doing, we want to get better. You're talking about, are we this for too many bands? And I know you're looking forward to it. Like, hey, we're going to go see a whole other crew of people. I'm sure there's, like you said, there's nerves with it, but like, it's a challenge. So do you like the challenge of, or somebody coming and challenging you, like, hey, we're in the studio, do this for me? Or you go out with some other bands that maybe you're like, do we fit in with them? And then you realize you do, and you'll find out more once you play. But do you like these challenges?
Oh yeah, I think a really cool example of that is we took a last minute tour with the band The Who, the Mongolian band.
Yeah,
that's awesome. HU. I still don't know how to say it. I'm terrible. But
I think Who. I say that.
They're some of the best humans I've ever interacted with. They're all wonderful, zero ego, humble. We'll just want to hang out and have fun. Those guys are the best. we thought this crowd is going to either hate us or love us. There was no in between. And we opened that tour, and every night we would watch the crowd turn, and we knew we either got them or we didn't at that point. And most of the time, I would say we won them over. And yeah, that's a cool feeling. Like, to answer your question, like, we love being challenged in, but that was like one of those moments that I felt personally like, dude, this is gonna suck. This is gonna be hard. Because there was an older crowd coming in for like a mass. They're like an instrumental with using vocals as instruments, using all of their crazy Mongolian instruments and everything that they do. And that's a different experience than seeing, 4 guys play some rock and roll music. And the fact that everybody vibed with us, I kind of felt like, okay, maybe we do got something more than what we thought we did. It felt really good. That was a really good like step. And then that kind of opened a lot of doors for us, because that tour did really good. And
he agrees with you.
Yeah, well, he's just a mouthy he's just trying to bite my hand. But
there you go.
Yeah, the challenge is fun. Always trying to one up yourself is fun. But also leaving, like with this new EP, we definitely didn't try to like do anything specific. We just did what we wanted to do. And I think that's always going to be kind of how Nerv is. We're not going to change our style or anything like that. It might change because we change, but we're not doing it on purpose to follow nothing. We're always just trying to be better.
You want to keep the core of who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we didn't have any screaming until this EP, but we felt like we wanted screaming on these songs. So, Fake was the first one we released, and it was pretty dope. So we're like, let's keep doing that. That's fun. And, we have stuff that may sound like it's supposed to have screams that doesn't, and stuff that's not supposed to have screams in it, and it does, because that's just how we felt.
Yeah, and I know you said you guys had talked about a new EP. What can you tell me about it? Kind of like are some of the songs, I think, like I told you, Wasted is one of the tracks that we played on New on Q from you guys. Obviously, this one's gonna be on there as well. So kind of like, what does the songs look like? Is it a mix of a few that have been out for a little while, and some stuff that, people haven't heard yet?
Starting from Fake, so Fake, Wasted, and then now Lost is going to be out. Those are the first ones. And then we're going to continue. We're going to continue the trend of keep releasing them. No date for all of it at once, but we're setting up like cool stuff. We're going to have the pre-orders. Finally, we're going to do things we haven't done. We're going to finally release vinyl. I know I get asked about that a lot, but I think this time around, we're finally going to have a vinyl release. But, like I said, it's expensive to do these things. Vinyl is one of those things that's very pricey. And it's hard to, I personally, and I think my band would agree, it's hard to sell something that we're paying, $60 for. Then we have to turn around and sell it for, at least $70 to make $10. And it just didn't seem like a valid point until we got to where we are right now with SBG and their connections and everything like that.
That's awesome. I know you guys. It's just having a hell of a time. I love it.
Yeah, he's hanging on to my finger pretty good. What were you going to say? Sorry.
No, it's all right, dude. All good, man. It's always funny when people's like, my dog's chilling behind me. I'm surprised he hasn't like jumped up or done anything yet. I always kind of warn bands, like when they come on, like if you see a hound jumping up and around, don't worry. He pretty much runs the he runs the entire place. Something else you guys had put on Twitter. You mentioned meeting Keith and Jason from Breaking Benjamin. They followed you guys. I believe it was on Instagram. So and people are like, hey, when do we get the story of Nerv and Breaking Benjamin? So we're going to try to will this into existence. So
yes.
So what dude, man. Yeah. Your pitch for Breaking Benjamin to take you out. Let's will this in, man. Let's see what we can do here and throw it out there.
The side stage at Louder Than Life. It was incredible. I followed that band. We've all, who hasn't heard and listened to Breaking Benjamin and had the moment, right? Like most of us that listen to rock and roll have listened to Breaking Benjamin. No, that would be unreal if we got that opportunity to open for them. We would definitely kick ass if we did that. But they're good humans, some of the best, most humble guys. Mm-hmm. Jason actually came to our show in Nashville a long time ago when we played with Archers. And
nice.
Was like, you guys rip, and we're just like, holy shit, you're here. Like, that's crazy. There's not that many people here, bud. It's cool that you're one of them. So yeah, we're very blessed to be where we are and do all this stuff. But yeah, they should. Hopefully they'll take us out one day. That'd be cool. We'll just keep working, keep grinding, getting our resume up, and there's no way that they can say no, right?
Exactly. I have to take it. That's also like I saw that, just looking through socials and people ask me like, well, how do you
Yeah.
kind of find what you want to ask bands about? I'm like, well, social media is kind of a good one. And I saw that and it's
Oh,
like, all
totally.
right,
Yeah. So
let's
that
discuss it.
was a
Let's get
cool
it
one.
out there. And yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
the
like, let's
best
get it
part
out
is,
there in the universe and let's see if we can make it happen.
yeah, the best part is it was on the Octane post. So it was like, they commented on there and said, we love Nerv. And we're just like, well, that's funny because we love you.
Well, let's make it happen. Dillon, dude,
Right.
I like to ask everybody every time they come on for the first time, your favorite complete albums, some of your favorite no skips,
Complete
favorite
albums,
no skip records.
like
Yeah, from
recent
start
or
to
just
finish.
all time?
Dude, all time, man. Recent, all time, whatever you want to do. This is it used to
Recent
be a
would be,
blog post when I lived up in Wisconsin. So
oh, okay, okay. So recent would definitely be like Polaris. I love
okay,
their latest album. I'm not very good at album names. I just know song names because like Spotify is
there you
kind
go.
of ruined me on that, and like all of the streaming services. I love old Panic at the Disco, the A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. That one was a definite no skipper. Breaking Benjamin's album with Diary of Jane on it. I don't know what that one's, Phobia or something like that. Yeah,
It's Phobia. Yeah.
yeah, I believe that one. That one's also Under Oath, Define the Great Line. They're Only Chasing Safety. I listen to those a lot. There's an old, like one of the Yumi at 6 albums. God, I'm so bad with names. I should look it up while I'm on here. Yeah, there's tons. I mean, even older stuff too. I'm just Sinners Never Sleep from Yumi at 6. That was a good one. That's a no skip. Man, I know there's about 100 I'm forgetting, which sucks, but that's like most of my recent stuff. I would say that I've been jamming out. I really like the album Help from a band called Siler. They're freaking awesome, but I don't think they're a thing anymore. NSYNC, I like NSYNC a lot. Boy bands. I don't know why. I've always loved just like harmonies and stuff. So I like the vibe. I feel like they do it best on recording.
There you go. It doesn't have to be rock. I mean, some people come on
totally,
and like
I'm a mixed bag. I listen to everything. Like my playlist will just be like a country song and then a silly, ignorant, heavy song that shouldn't be played in public. That's so heavy that you just rock out to. It truly doesn't matter to me. But I'm a big fan of music. I really like City and Color. That Bring Me Your Love. That's a really good. It's acoustic album. Dallas Green's the man. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know what else off the top of my head, but it's crazy because we've toured with bands that all of us can say are some of our favorite bands. Like Polaris is one of my favorite bands right now. Asking Alexandria is, some of the boys' favorite band. It's just crazy. We're so early on in our touring. Like we've only been touring for a little bit. Our first tour was like a year or so ago. So it's been crazy.
Wow, okay.
We've been a band for a while. I've been in bands since I was like 15, but our first tour was with a band called Secrets, and that was not that long ago. Okay. We've just been working in the background, grinding away at our day jobs, doing the nonsense that we have to, and making it happen and making connections. And then once we started getting on the road, I feel like people started going, "Oh, they're a serious band." So we were able to.
It's all it takes, like you said, man. You embrace the challenge of everything. You put the work in, and it's nice. It's good for people to hear, other bands to hear that, because some bands are like, "How the heck do we make this happen? How do we do this?" Well, there you go. There's a good blueprint. Right 100%.
There's no real methodology to doing it a certain way or not. It's just you gotta grind as with anything in life, in my opinion. You have to work your butt off, but I think that in time it pays. So it's just, I mean, everything comes in time, obviously, but sometimes it doesn't. But with music, I feel like if you're doing the right thing and people are watching you, eventually you'll get an opportunity. It takes time. I mean, I think we were a band for 5 or 6 years before we did a tour. We played a bunch of local shows, and our band was from all over the country originally. Like, our guitar players were both from Texas, like Dallas, Texas area.
Okay.
Our drummer was from Atlanta, Georgia. The first year and a half, 2 years of the band was all just online and them flying out to LA and me driving to LA and then us recording 300 things in one day and then everybody going home. And then eventually they're like, we're going to move out there. So then they uprooted their whole life and moved out to where I am because
Wow.
I had a few more connections out here. I was in another band out here. So we utilized what I knew and then now we're based out of here and they all live out here. And I think people realize that we're serious when we say, hey, half our band moved across the country to be a band, and management, everything, stuff like that takes you a little more serious.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, man, I had a listen. I originally had a listener tell me about you guys. I think when I first started to hear about 2 years ago, and that's kind of how I learned about you guys, was because I tell a lot of our listeners, like, dude, if you know a band that you like, we do the art spotlight, we do some stuff to highlight new bands, like. Send me stuff. If it's stuff we can get on the air, great. If it's stuff I listen to just on my own, that's fine as well. You guys were one of those bands, which is super cool. And then all of a sudden, we had people in the industry side of things reach out about us, like, hey, this band's got a new single. Do you know anything about them? And I'm like, yeah, I've actually listened now for about a year now and everything, and have enjoyed it. So it's cool what happens. And Dillon, like I said, man, you guys got a lot of tours coming up, a lot of new music on the way. Music video out Friday. Where can everybody follow you guys? Website, socials.
I think
plug all that stuff where you can follow along.
Yeah, Instagram, all that stuff. It's just like We Are Nerv. We WER, ARE, NERV. Pretty simple. You can probably just search NERV on Google and find most of our stuff if it's not Evangelion. If you just write Nerv Band on Google, you can find us. But We Are Nerv tends to be our stuff. I think wearenerv.com is up right now. Jam the music, come hang out, come say hi to us at a show. We're always down. We're always at the merch table. We're always hanging out. Buy some merch, support local bands, support all the bands.
Help you guys on the road. That's the biggest thing, like merch. But when you go to a show, buy a shirt if you can. Yeah, that's the biggest thing for you guys.
Yeah, listen to cool radio stations like 97.7.
Yeah. Dude, we appreciate it, man. So Dillon, like I said, man, we got you guys. We got lost on New on Key. We're gonna keep it spinning there for a while. Thanks again for letting us play the track before it's even out. And we'll catch you again, man. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, brother.